Hi everyone, I'm Violet from SEEED Studio. It's an honor to be invited here to share our ideas and thoughts on how we implement LoRaWAN technology in the tiny device that is used in tracking. I'm Violet from SEEED Studio. Maybe some of you are not very familiar with the company yet, so I will give a quick intro about the company. We are a company focused on AI and IoT and has been in the industry for more than a decade. We focus on providing products and services from prototype to solutions. And the keywords are Edge AI, blockchain, and IoT. And the main customers are developers, ISVs, and system integrators. And they're used in many different industries. And we've been luckily and very honored to be recognized by the industry, public, and also media. If you do go to SEEED Studio's website, you might notice we have more than 1,000 of products online, and it goes from modules to dashboards to industry-grade devices. It might be quite complex, like what exactly do you offer? So we sum it up as the advanced perception system. So our definition of the advanced perception system is that it consists from sensors to network and then to the edge and the cloud. So thanks to the technology of LoRaWAN, we are able to implement it into our sensors and communication products. With LoRaWAN, we can cover a wider range and also to cover a wider lifespan because of low power consumption. So I will not dive into detail about each of them, but I think you can see from there with like sensors, with these different kind of edge devices, and we also provide cloud and app for you to manage device and data. And the topic today for my speech is about tracking solution. So when it comes to tracking, there are a lot of different requirements for different people in different scenarios. You want to track indoor, you want to track outdoor, you want it to be very reliable and very easy to use, or is powered by battery and lasts for a long time, or with very low data feed. So when you deploy thousands of devices, you don't see accumulated billing in your email. So we don't want to compromise, so we integrate all these into one tiny device. It's called a SenseCap T1000, and you can see from the photo here, you can see from the photo here is like a credit card size, and when I mentioned about we don't compromise, of course, we still have the optimal scenario for this device. So it's especially suitable for routine areas. How do we define routine areas? I think it's about, for example, if you ship something, usually you have this kind of routes that you will go through. So if it's a routine area, if there's no LoRaWAN coverage, then you can deploy gateways to ensure its coverage. But it's not like cellular. You couldn't ask, like in us, we couldn't go and talk to China Mobile and say, hey, I don't have coverage here, can you go and set up a base station? But if it's this routine area and then you need LoRaWAN coverage, you can buy a gateway at about like $90, and then you deploy it to get coverage from up to 10 kilometers away. And then with this LoRaWAN very extended coverage, our little compact tracker can be attached into different equipment or in the envelope or in the suitcase, so that you can track these valuable goods or to track some people that they might need help when they are running into some risks. So for our tracker, we actually recently launched a Kickstarter campaign, and it lasts for 18 days, and we got more than 500% funded with more than 900 backers worldwide. So that was an encouraging news that I would like to share about how the whole public and the community embrace this device. And I would like to share some of the stories or like some of our thoughts or how we think about it and how we solve the issues behind some of the key features of this device. One of them is auto-switching frequency. So we have been in the LoRaWAN, we have been implementing LoRaWAN into our products for a few years, and we also go through different evolution of designing the products. In the very beginning, we have one device for EU, one device for AS 923, for AU 915, for US 915. But then we realized it's really very troublesome because we might have a customer who is in Europe, and then they will say, oh, I want to get a pilot here. When it's working, the actual deployment is in Indonesia. Then it needs EU-A68 for the pilot, for testing, but then you need AS923 for Indonesia. So we are thinking about it, and now all our LoRaWAN products is actually the same device that supports different frequencies that you can configure immediately on the app, so that if you are here in Europe like me, I go through different regions or different countries for business trip, I can have the same device, and then when I'm here to demonstrate to our partners, I choose EU-A68, and then when I go to the US, I can choose US 915. So that's how we want to simplify the application for our customers. But then when it comes to tracker, we couldn't say, hey, it arrives in the US, you take it out from the baggage, and then go to Bluetooth mode and configure it to US. So our team is actually working on making this feature available for our trackers. So when it arrives, for example, if you ship something from US to Europe, and then when it arrives in Europe, and the first signal that it get the GPS data, then it will be able to know I am in this region, and then it will auto switch from US 915 to EU A68 without any manual intervene. So this is one of the key features and how we think about it, and like with the feedback from the customers, with our own management of the stocks, and all these things considered that we implement this feature. And then the second one is a button. We have a tiny button on our tracker. So this is my old tracker that I put into my bag because I lost my bag last year in Barcelona. So I realized I do need a tracker in my backpack. So this is a little button here. And then this button is for you to on the one hand, power it on and go to Bluetooth mode to configure, but also it's an SOS button. So if you give it to a personnel who's working in a remote area, and then if they need help, they can press it to send out SOS signal. So for this, we actually select 4 of them out of more than hundreds of the buttons, and then we test it. So we have, I think some of our partners have it at the very early batch, and then I need to tell them, hey, we realized the button is not very friendly, and we are working on it. So that's one thing about like how, like the feeling of it when you press it. But on the other hand, we need to make sure that when you press it a lot of times, it's still working perfectly. So we actually have put it under this testing procedure that it will press more than 10,000 times. And then this one, the number 3, passed the test, and then we select it on our device. And this about the button. And also, I think everyone here understands how difficult it is about the antenna design, especially when we put it in this tiny car size, and then with the antenna for Wi-Fi, for Bluetooth, for GPS, and LoRa. So it's really very challenging. So our team has been developing different versions of them, and then from version 1 to version 1.3, this GPS signal, the GPS point has been improved significantly. And also for LoRa is long-range communication, and apart from sending the device to the lab for this testing with the different kind of very sophisticated equipment and tools, we actually also have our team go in the field to actually test it. So we have field tests in Shenzhen, China, where our headquarters is located, and then we simulate the potential real-world application scenario. For example, now I have my tracker, but I put it in my pocket here, but sometimes we might hang it like this. So we have a team member on the rooftop with the gateway there, and then someone go to the other side of the city and then have the tracker there, put it on the top on the pole, but on the other hand, they wear it in front of them, and then they face towards the gateway and see how many packages we receive, and then or turn back and then back the gateway and see how many packages that we receive. So we need to know about the performance so that we can give better ideas and suggestions for our customers when they actually use the device in the field. So the actual testing here, the long-range communication reached 9.5 kilometers, and then we send 100 packages, and we, in the best scenario, we get 100% of the reception rate. And then if you hang it in front and face the gateway, it's 99%. So that is quite impressive with the performance. And also, we are kind of conservative when we come to the suggestion to our customers. So we will say for the range, we will suggest you to get the tracker communication within 5 kilometers instead of like 9.5 exactly. And also we have, this device is IP65 rating. So apart from those testings in the lab, we also put it on our balcony and for different kind of testing. In the past 2 weeks, there's a lot of storms and raining heavily in Shenzhen. So we actually put it in the field to test and in the rain. So this is a very short video clip to show you the device in there. And then we get the data on our app and see the device is still working very soundly after it's put in the rain for more than 24 hours. And so there's about some of the stories behind the scene, and you might notice on the slide I put a hashtag as open manufacturer because we understand like it's kind of like a black box. People don't know what's happening in the process of manufacturing. So we actually write a lot of blog posts to share about how we design some of the products and how the testing is going on. So we have the hashtag as open manufacturer, and we share the know-hows and our experience with the whole community about our experience in the product design and manufacturing. And next, I will share some of the use cases of this product. So for SenseCap T1000 in this shape, we assumed, and also according to the feedback from our customers, the most optimal scenarios are 2 kinds. One is for personnel tracking, especially for people who might need help. For example, senior citizens, they might go out for a walking in a certain specific route, but then if they have dementia, and then they might not know how to come back home, and then if they press this button, then you will know where they are. Or maybe they are going out for more than 1 hour. Usually they go out for half an hour. Then if it's surpassing that range, then you will be able to find where they are with this tracker. Or on the other hand, there are some remote workers in the construction site or mining site. So they might be alone there working on their own tasks. And then if they fail, or if there's any dangerous stuff happen, then they might need help. But in that area, if you don't have cellular connectivity, then they couldn't call you. But if you have the LoRa connectivity there, and then with this, they can also send out the signal so that you can come to help. And the other is about like skiing or camping site with the specific route. And then you can have the coverage and this little device that can last for more than 3 months, and it's rechargeable, so you can reuse the product, and it's very good for this kind of scenario for personnel management, that you can locate where they are, and then you can offer help in a timely manner. And the second application is about asset tracking. So a typical one is about logistic monitoring. So one of our customers is in the US, and he provides very expensive parts for cars, like very fancy cars. So it's very expensive. Usually the customer didn't receive it yet, but then on the logistics site, they say it's delivered. So he need to make sure that he knows where it is, and he share it with his customer as well. And also, if like, for this kind of thing, maybe some of them are high value, but high value emotionally, not necessarily in the economically. Then you don't want someone to open it before it arrives. So with our tracker, it has a light sensor on it, so that you will be able to tell whether someone opens it before it arrives at the destination. And also it has temperature sensors. So if you're shipping fruits or like pharmaceutical products or some other things that are sensitive to environment, then you can also track the conditions of it, whether there's a spike of temperature in the process of shipment. And also if there's something like maybe artwork and it might be fragile, and then they should not drop it in the process, then with the motion sensor, you will be able to detect that kind of anomaly as well. So these are some of the applications, and we are so happy to have these different tracking partners who provide different tracking solutions. And if you're looking for these tracking solutions, welcome to contact us, and then we can connect you with our partner. Or if you are providing tracking solutions, also welcome to contact us, so that we can work together on more of these innovative solutions for different customers. And of course, when I say this is not to compromise, it's still not able to cover everything that you need. So we also provide customization services for the tracker. So from hardware design to embedded software design to mechanical and packaging and certification, etc. And we have our manufacturing facilities in Shenzhen and also in Vietnam, and with very strict quality control. And so no matter you want a new form factor or maybe simple of the change of the logo or maybe a different kind of tracker, welcome to contact us so that we can provide a customized tracking solution for you. And on the other hand, I know some of you might not want it like this, and then you want to build your tracker. So we are the company that embraced open source since day one of the founding of the company. So we also have this product, it's open source, it's compatible with Arduino, and you can see the little white connectors here is compatible with a system called a growth system. It's developed by SEEED with more than 300 modules. So you can very simply, with 3 steps, scan the QR code, and then you can bind this board to your account, and then you can connect these different sensors, just like Lego, onto the board. And then you are able to build a proof of concept about the tracker that you want for positioning, as well as different kind of sensors to collect the data. So this is about how you might be able to build your own sensor with the open source hardware products that we provide. And if it's proved working, and then you want something as a neat PCB design, and we can help you with that as well with our design and manufacturing services. And so that's pretty much about my sharing today about our pains and our solutions in the process of designing a tracking device and our cooperation with different partners in the tracking industry. And we are really very honored to be here back at the Things Conference. Thank you so much for the team for inviting us, and also have a lot of partners at the show here. So we have SenseCap T1000 along with other SEEED products at our booth, literally right outside this room. So you can come to our booth to play with the device and see how it works. And also we have great partners on site. Some of them have their demo on our booth. Some of them have their own booth on this at the show. So you can come to their booth and check out our products there, or even buy the products on site with discounts. And last but not the least, in the afternoon at 2 p.m., my colleague, Kevin Yang, he's the product director, he will host a workshop and give you step-by-step about how you can use our tracker to build a tracking solution in a very quick way. So that's all. Thank you very much.
A moment. Oh, don't go away. Let's go up again. So, are there any questions? No? Violet, come here.
Okay.
I'm very impressed by your presentation and also by the fact that you run a campaign on Kickstarter.
Yes.
And if I understood correctly, you were able to collect through crowdfunding over 500% of the amount you wanted.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, because I think there also people here in the room who work on innovative technology. I know you have a background in communities.
Yeah.
That's what I love too. That's my experience as well. So I was wondering, how did you do that? Because I think a lot of people here are like, oh, wow, that's very impressive. Can you explain a bit about the process?
Yeah, thank you so much. So for us, the first truth about it is we actually have a very heated debate within the team about whether we want to launch a Kickstarter campaign, because we have Kickstarter campaign before for our open source hardware products, and we know there's a large developer community there. And also we see a lot of the Kickstarter campaign as for consumers, but this product is more for business. So we also have debate about whether we want to launch it there. So this is like a lot of debate going on. But on the other hand, when we decided, I think really when you mentioned about community, I really embrace it, and it touched my heart with that word. For us, we have a lot of our own different online and offline events that we interact with our community, and also with this kind of feedback from the community about how we do. Actually, before the Kickstarter campaign, Lily, the girl sitting here, she's one of the core team members in our marketing team. So we actually also launched a survey on all platforms and asked people about their needs for a tracking device, and or even vote for some of the features they want, some of the applications that they want for the tracking solution, or even to guess the price of a tracking device or the optimal device. So I think this kind of interaction with the community online and offline is very important for no matter Kickstarter campaign or long-term kind of business. And the second thing is we are very grateful to have a lot of partners. So we before we design the product, we talk to different potential users and also our partners about the needs. So that's very good for us to implement it into the product design. And then when we have the first sample ready, we send it to our partners all over the world for testing. And their feedback and their post on social media is helping us to attract a lot of traffic to our sites as well. So I think this is the second thing. And I think another thing that's quite unique and we are quite grateful is with the community that we have in Shenzhen, we organize a lot of online and offline community events, and we used to invite Kickstarter to our community and share about some of the very successful Kickstarter campaigns with the community there. So we have some of this one-on-one session that they can talk to the teams and say, hey, how we can help you with the campaign. So when we launch ours, we learn from those experiences, and then we contact them and ask them for their suggestions for that as well. So I think these are some of the key actions that we took to help us with the campaign. And of course, we have a great team.
Wow, that's really, really impressive. What I also like is the fact that you're actually asking your community for feedback, also for product development. Can you share a specific feature or something you adapted because of the feedback of the community?
I think the most important or obvious one is about the auto switch frequency, because I think for our customers, they might use some of the trackers before, and then if it's LoRa, they can only ship it like within US or like US to Canada or in Europe, but then they also have business internationally. So they did not find the solution that can help them to use a LoRaWAN tracker but ship from US to EU or to Asia. So they give us this feedback, and then we discuss with the team and say, hey, is this possible? And then and then for them, they say, theoretically, yes, but we need to work on that. And then we will need to see, okay, we talk to more customers who might need this kind of features, and then with more of these requests from the potential customer and existing customer, and then we talk to the team and they implement it. So I think this auto switch, it actually comes from the user, from the community, and then we embrace it and implement it in our products.
And make it better.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Any other questions? No. Thank you very much.
Thank
so
you.
again, if you want to talk to Violet, the demo is over there.